National Football League. Finds us a dozen miles east of the National Mall at the home of the Commanders here in Landover, Maryland. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders on Sunday Night Primetime.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
We welcome you, Mike Tirico, alongside Greg Olson, the kicker, Brandon Aubrey. Set for the start. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
Their own 36-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 36.
Let's go.
And he'll take it for 4 yards on that game's first play.
Taken down at the 41. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and
a bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Try to pick this one up on the ground.
An early test here for that offensive line, and they come through. They're going to have to continue to find space in the ground game for their running backs to continue to move the chain. So, nice job there. Give them a lot of credit. Now the question is, what is the adjustment on the defensive side of the ball in the next 3rd down situation?
1st and 10.
Let's go now. Let's go.
And he'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Donovan Ezaraku there to make the play. It's 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4.
He'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end. That's McBride. He's going to have the 1st down. That one good for 9, and the drive continues.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. After that play, we have one of the Commanders who is down. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw. And will be a gain of 8.
Sometimes that's all it takes. Just that little extra second you allow your wide receiver to continue to work open by the ability to move the pocket. Buy time with your feet, but remain a passer.
Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That pass taken in by McCord. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
4 yards on the pickup.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll set up to throw. Rush comes, they're setting up the screen, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. That is first touchdown of the new year.
You know, it's funny, Mike, I think in conditions like this, when you play games in these elements, everyone assumes it puts a lot of pressure on the offense, and it's actually the contrary. The offense knows where they're going. They can collect their feet, they can collect their weight, but it's the defense that is more of a reactive state, and those are the guys that have a hard time keeping their footing. You see them slipping and falling, so early offensive success doesn't really surprise me, and now they have the ability to play from a lead.
That one's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
18 rounds. Ready? 70 up. Panther 60.
They'll go play action here with Milton. Exiting the pocket right. Caught downfield by Pickens. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A huge play for Dallas. 35 yards.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Milton. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Jordan Davis. He gets in to drop him for his first sack of the young season. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Milton. The throw here is complete. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. That pickup good for 29 yards.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Here's Milton now on 1st and 10. Quick throw, taken in. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
First carry now for Jaden Blue. And And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Commanders with the early lead. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Looking to keep a promising drive alive. It is 3rd and a yard. Looking out of the gun is Milton. Rolling right. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive. Montez Sweat. He's pinned to drop him for a sack, and that will bring up 4th down. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. This one from 54 yards out. He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And now the Cowboys are going to take a timeout, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
The rookie from Texas orchestrating things well. It is a 1st down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Out of the gun, here's a run at the gun. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another 1st down.
15-yard line.
18 Cardinal. Buffalo 18.
In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
It's a gain of
2nd
7.
down
Brings
and
up
3.
2nd and 3 at the 8-yard line.
He'll look to throw. As caught, that's Lane. And he'll get into the end zone. Jalen Lane, touchdown Commander. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year. Slides extra point, up and good. And the Commanders extend their advantage to 14-3.
Commanders 14, Cowboys 3. Joey Slide.
Following the touchdown, here's Slide to kick it away. This fielded at about the 9. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here we go. Check. Check. Check.
The drive starts with a carry by Blue. Blue up the sideline at the 45. A terrific run. He's got this one down inside the 30-yard line. So a big one there to start the drive. A pickup of 44 yards.
First down.
And we've talked about how man coverage can be really good when defending the pass. But, Mike, the flip side of that is it actually can make things a little more challenging trying to defend the run. Those second, third-level defenders, they tend to have their back turns to the backfield. So by the time they realize what's happening, he's already on his way downfield.
First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down.
Come on. Ready.
Here's a run. He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Let's go now.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Touchdown, Cowboys. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. Aubrey, good with the extra point. And the Cowboys are back within 4. It is 14-10. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their second, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Right side. Catch made by McLaurin. He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And he's going to take this past the 45. And that's good enough for a first down.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Flushed to his left. Oh, man, open right side. He's got him. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
He's into space past the 25. And they'll move it down to the 11-yard line. He's out of bounds there. 22 yards, the pickup there. Good for a Commanders first down. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
1 yard gain.
Cowboys going to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He pulls it in around the 5.
The second down pass. Complete to number 86. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Let's go now. Nike 18. Go.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. To the goal line and in. Trey McBride. Touchdown, Washington. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and we'll come out to the 20-yard line. Putting the tight end in motion. Tight end, the motion man to the right. Hilton now to throw on 1st and 10. On the run to the right. Now he'll air one out. That is caught. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A huge play for Dallas. 39 yards.
Cowboy 80. Dragon 60.
They send the tight end in motion.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Trap 60, trap 60.
On 1st down, here's Milton. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
58-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. So we reach the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment.
Joey Slye to kick off for the Commanders.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway.
Warriors, 70. Let's go.
So on 1st and 10, here's Milton. That's into the hands of Jaden Blue. And he is out of bounds at the 45. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down.
Here we go, here we go.
Gain of 19 yards.
A run with Blue. And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A 7-yard pickup.
From 29, here's 2nd down and 3. A quick throw, going to be caught by Pickens. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
Okay, ready?
They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10.
Come on. 60 Bobcat. Viking 18. Mustang 19.
On play action, here's Milton. That one swung out to Blue. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
It's a great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Right, go.
On 2nd down, here's Milton. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
At the 12-yard line.
Cup 19.
Play action, now it's Milton. Off-balance throw, it's complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
At the 6-yard line.
Trap 60. Ready?
Throw once more, here's Milton. Moving to his right. He runs with it to the pylon. He's in. Joe Milton. Touchdown, Dallas. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself. Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
He fields it at the 8. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And Instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity, but with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down.
2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Let's go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 18 Pioneer.
They'll throw out of the gun. He's got it! And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
39 yards.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
60 Eagle. 60 Eagle. 60 Eagle.
Now a give up the middle. Hunting very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 24 now, here is 2nd down and 7.
Here we go. Panther 60. Panther 60. Buffalo 18.
He'll drop to throw. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
70 Ranger. 70 Ranger.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he will easily pick up the 1st down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
To be a prolific passing offense in this league, you have to be able to both throw the ball from the pocket and you have to be able to operate and convert on 3rd downs. And they've really done both at a high level on this drive. And to no surprise, they find themselves 1st and goal.
Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And this one blown up. Good surge will drop him. A loss on the play. Back to the 9-yard line.
At the 9-yard
Well, the best
line.
screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
70 Lions. Nike 18. Undercrunch. 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 19 tight. 19 tight. Go.
They'll look to throw yet again. Quick throw, taken in, and he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. Wow, an important one coming here. Tie game, late, and this is 3rd down.
Cougar 19. Ready to work. Ready to work. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. One more, boys. Ready.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
No movement from the kicking team to break this tie. They're going to go for it on 4th and goal. look to throw. And that is caught on 4th and goal. They got it. Trey McBride. Touchdown, Washington. Second touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. Tries at the point, up and good. And the Commanders go up by 7, 28-21. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Now, here comes a return from the 9. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a throw from Milton. Quick throw here is complete. And he's out of bounds. They're going to mark him at the 35. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go now. 19, come back, 18, 5 in. Ready.
Get out of the gun is Milton. Going up top. And this will be incomplete.
So something they teach these defenders, and especially in the secondary, Mike, is to trust your eyes. Don't panic, don't overcommit until you see where that ball is being thrown. And it's a great example here of the defender just trusting those eyes, breaking on the ball, and he almost comes away with the pick.
Panther 11, Panther 11. 19 tight, 19 tight.
To the air on 3rd down is Milton. He's got his man. It's Pickens. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
That's good for a Cowboys.
60 Eagles.
A gain of 29.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Milton. That's complete to Blue. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
A gain of 9.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard.
60 Eagles, 60.
Milton going to look to throw it again. Forced to his right. That is hard for 3. And he's in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter. And now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, but we got ourselves a ball.
All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Moving to his left. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Good work there defensively. Knocked it away, and that pass falls incomplete.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
He'll throw it left and has his running back. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. The Commanders about to send this one away. Important punt here in this tie game late. Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully.
At their own 38-yard line.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 60, Cougar 19, trap 60, trap 60.
From the gun, here's Milton. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
22 yards.
Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Let's go now. Hawk 70, Hawk.
Straight ahead, it's blue. And that one shut down pretty quickly. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Quick, steady.
To throw, it's Milton. That one swung out to blue. And he gets him 6 yards closer before going out of bounds. It's 3rd down coming up.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Okay, ready?
A massive play here. Late tie game, 3rd down. He'll get this out wide. And he's in! Touchdown, Dallas.
Touchdown, Dallas.
Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
At their own 28-yard line.
Ready.
They'll come up for 1st and 10.
Ready. 18 Cardinal, 18.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. Now pass deep for McLaurin. It hangs up a bit too much. It's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have it at their own 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
Okay, break. 19 tight. 19 tight. Come on, come on. Set. Dragon. Cowboy 80. Cut 19. Cut 19.
On first down, here's Milton. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. Whoa. Still going. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Jaden Blue. Touchdown, Cowboys. Now Aubrey for the extra point. He's got it. Cowboys will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Commanders 28. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the
So now,
Cowboys.
after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
At their own 33-yard line.
Here's first down. Off play action. Oh, the ball's out. And fortunately for the Commanders, one of their guys able to get back in there and retain possession. Now, on second and long. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he's going to find his running back downfield. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Back to throw. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
6 more yards.
6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down.
First and 10.
They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's first and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. That is intercepted. And the Cowboys will take over here at their own 12.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Ready? Trap 50, trap 50. Let's go. 19 Lions, 60 Eagles, 18 Rattlers. Go.
On play action, here's Milton. He's going to let this one go deep. That is brought in. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 88 yards. Touchdown, Dallas. Aubrey now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Cowboys are going to extend their lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40.
At their own 41-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Back to the air once more on second down. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
Savon Rebel on the coverage.
The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts to get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one. The offense staying out there for this fourth down. They'll look to throw. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's out of bounds, down inside the 35.
26 yards.
A gain of 26 yards, and the decision to go for it winds up being a good one.
33-yard line.
First and 10.
Let's go. 18 Cardinals, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
They'll look to throw again. That one pinballs around, but is incomplete.
And while this one is all but over, these guys aren't going to let up one bit. They have a lot of pride in their performance, Mike. And just because they have this big lead, they're not going to give you anything easy here down the stretch.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 79 Broncos.
They'll look to throw yet again. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their second. Stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go, set. Cowboy 80.
Throwing now on third and long. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down. Off the placing. He'll look to throw. He'll air it out down the middle. That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on fourth and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away.
Let's go now. Roll. Not.
They'll start this on the ground with blue. And it'll be forced out of bounds, just a couple of yards short of the first down. That's a pickup of 8.
46-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
2nd and a yard.
Ready.
Now a give on the ground. And he'll get this down to the 40. That's a nice run. And it's also a first down.
That's good for a Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So it's a win here for the visiting Cowboys. They get the victory here away from home to run their early season record